100 years ago, a line was drawn.
It's a fine line.
With our help,
It could be the finest.
You bad wee rascal!
we were given a task to have constant vision on the partition throughout the transition
And beyond.
Burgundy worker!
This is the most talked about border in the world. Trump must be raging.
Northern Ireland and Great Britain could be the jewels in the Irish Empire.
What do you give a border on its 100th birthday?
An organisation that's dedicated,
Helpful, unbiased.
And non-partisan.
On the 31st of January 2020, everything changed.
Healy.
Some people thought that when the UK finally left the EU that the nightmare was over. But sadly that wasn't the case. We'd just moved on to phase 2 of the negotiations. All the finer details, the bureaucratic grey areas. I mean, if you ask me, it's going to be a very exciting next decade or two.
With all the uncertainty around what sort of Brexit will happen, businesses are asking, what will the final cost of this whole situation be? What will the final cost of Brexit be? But that's like asking how long's a piece of string or how many kids the Prime Minister has. I mean, literally nobody knows. And anybody who tells you they know is lying. Very difficult to put a figure on something when it's always going up. I don't think he knows. If I said to you he has somewhere between 12 and 45 children, like, you go, oh, fair enough. I reckon if you introduced the child to Boris Johnson, he would probably go, yeah, it could be. I reckon if you put a duffel coat on an upturned mop, he'd probably claim it.
We follow international guidelines, but really our message to the public is to just be aware of those personal responsibilities that are really just down to the individual.
In other words, when you're on our beach, you pick up your own crap. Do you? Look at your man there.
Bless him, look at him doing his wee bit.
Recycling, lifting up the stuff. Hang on a minute. Did he just take a bottle of water out of his bag?
Yeah, no. Is that milk?
He definitely threw that. Right, come on, we have to go and get him. Hurry up.
Can I ask you your name?
Oh, Bill Carson, man of the people.
Hello, Bill. I'm Kirsty. This is Louise.
Lovely to see you.
We've just noticed you from afar that you're littering the beach.
Absolutely. You see that blue flag? That is not about given to a tidy beach. Oh, no. That is the encroachment of Euro imperialism.
These locals have worked really hard to get this blue flag status.
But they don't understand, do they? The EU are taking over. You come back here next week and you will see it has a circle of 12 gold stars on it. That flag must come down.
It's a unique thing to have a angry, white, middle-aged cis male shouting in your face.
Yep, with a weapon.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. You know, everybody in Northern Ireland, we're very sensitive about symbolism.
What we could do in exchange for your weapon, we can give you our own soft border patrol rake. What you could do with the rake, an expansive Union Jack spanning the beach.
I love it. A beautiful Union Jack on our beach.
Well, thank you, thank you. Yep. And
Where's the rake?
all right, Bill, if you just head on over to our hut.
Thank you very much.
We here at Soft Border, we meet all sorts of individuals and we have to take their opinions and views on board, and we're always just really happy to get the compromises out as long as everyone else is happy.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Is he?
He is.
Go! Bill! Now get you down, you bad wee rascal! Bill!
So you got a flat tire crossing the border? No, the border isn't too sharp. Like, this job wasn't supposed to be anything for me, you know, just supposed to be a quick Christmas temp thing. Like, me and the lads in the band were having a great time. And my ma basically, Brexit came about, my ma was going, son, that's a civil service job, it's a job for life, so it is. And I was going, ma, it's not a, it's gonna be 3 months, we'll be out by March. It's been 2 years, I'm still here. But I'm at a point now where I need the job, I need the money. I kind of hope Brexit never gets fixed. What does Brexit mean? Well, Brexit means Brexit.
A disaster. One of the biggest concerns after the Brexit referendum was the potential for border infrastructure, and that might become a target for violence.
Ow, what was
Sorry, excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, hello. I'm Sandy Donaldson. I'm with the Soft Border Patrol.
Hello.
Can I just ask what you're doing out here?
Yeah, we just built this fort, me and my son.
You built this?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Do you know where we are right now, sir?
Yeah, in a field.
Yeah, a field on the border. And what you may term a fort, you know, could be argued to be border infrastructure. And I mean, we're not allowed to have that, sir. The EU27 British government agreed on that. I'm sure it's great to have a lovely relationship with your son and him to love you as well, but the fort's going to have to come down. I'm sorry.
Okay, then, do you want to explain that to my son?
Well, I mean, I can. I mean, I love kids. I mean, I went to school with loads of them. I'm very fond of them. So, hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you've had loads of fun with your dad, but I'm going to have to tear your fort down. I explained I had to dismantle the den. I told that to the father and son, because one thing Sandy Donaldson doesn't do is compromise, even when a child is crying. Bad things could happen in that fort. I mean, what if a very scary man was hiding there with a machine gun and he came out and shot you and your dad and killed you and there'd be blood everywhere? I mean, that would be terrible. It's coming down. No harm to you, but that is shoddy workmanship. I mean, I've torn that down in seconds. Like, I mean, you could have killed yourselves.
Whenever things get a little bit overwhelming in this job, I always like to think of my hero, Clinton. Is it Bill, who's the architect of the Good Friday Agreement, which is essentially given us peace here for 20-odd years? Or is it Hillary, who recently became the Chancellor of Queen's here in Belfast, and they just knocked Linfield out of the cup, which is arguably a greater achievement? I mean, there's probably going to be some sort of agreement anyway at some point. How long can people argue for? But Linfield, like, in the cup. You'd have to go for Hillary.
Have a good weekend, folks.
Off you go.
Absolute chancers.
You know, I think the referendum ballot should have had more information. I mean, you can't just Brexit without reading the small print. That'd be like signing on to a porn site without reading the T's and C's. Or any website.
Yes, the Irish football team will keep stealing the best players after Brexit. Yeah, no, I can confirm that. Yep. Well, yeah, of course they should have a game, but I mean, we're not going to win, are we?
It's like no one's stopping. Is this?
Lads, you fuckheads!
Today, in fairness, didn't get off to the greatest of starts.
Burgundy wanker!
He just called you a burgundy wanker.
Our uniform isn't even burgundy.
It's maroon, so whoever that was, you were wrong.
I don't know what to do anymore.
It was a tough start to the day, and we're just a bit down. But then, then one of the...
I don't know. You just call that. What would you say? Divine intervention?
It was like divine intervention with a wee fluffy white head.
Is this a roadblock or something, lads? I'm usually waved through. I'm Jackie Fullerton, and my face is my passport.
Yeah, we know that. I mean, you're a legend, Jackie.
Well,
it's Jackie Fullerton.
Jackie Fullerton.
How are you doing today?
You know, it's been a rough enough day. You have people like shouting abuse at you.
You know, you just feel like you're not being taken seriously anymore.
Yeah, but lads, let me give you a tip. Also not taken seriously in the past was the Northern Ireland football team, our wee team. They were writing us off. They were saying, who are these guys? Are they Irish? Are they British? But they're not laughing now. Remember 1967, Windsor Park, Northern Ireland 1, Scotland 0, beaten by George Best, who was magnificent that day. What a player he was. David Healy, September 2005. I commentated that game.
That's right.
I still remember the commentary. Davis, good ball. Healy. 1-0! And it's against England. Healy! We only qualify then for the European Championship final. You may be in the Soft Border Patrol. You may be new on the world scene.
Pointed at my badge. It was like my badge.
Pointed at both of the badges.
My
really.
badge.
But if little Northern Ireland can make history, so can you.
Thanks very much.
Great
Jackie.
to meet you.
All the best.
I hope you feel inspired by that.
Oh,
Yes, we
Jackie.
are.
Thank you, legend.
Pleasure. And I hope you don't get too much steak the rest of the day.
I appreciate that very well. Come on, let's go and get them. Let's go and get them. Come on. Healy! It's a legend.
You may have heard the term peace baby. Well, the explanation is that is a child born after the Good Friday Agreement.
Me. A peace baby.
We should give my head peace.
Very important person coming in today. TD wants to come in and check on us up north here. See how we're doing in this current political climate. It's awful touching, isn't it, when you realise, we're not enemies. We can all just sit down together and have a good cup of tea. Hello, welcome. Welcome to South Border Patrol, Lisa.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Lisa. I brought you a few gifts.
That accent.
Take a seat, relax yourself, girl.
You
You're gonna
shouldn't
love
have
this.
now, come on.
No, you're
Not
gonna love
necessary.
UHT milk. This will last about 6 months in case the supply line gets cut off up here. Could happen. All non-perishables. Right, so a few of us down in the capital have been throwing a few ideas around. There's a few who don't think that all of Belfast is a shithole. So we've decided we're going to extend the Republic along a narrow strip of road all the way right to Belfast Port. Really give this place a bit of a lift. What do you think of that, Lisa?
I mean, first thoughts, bold.
Sorry, Lisa.
okay.
WhatsApp group.
Oh.
Macros, Emmanuel Macron.
Right, yes.
Oh,
yes.
when
No,
I first
have
met him, I
WhatsApp.
was like, this little midget's weird, but he's actually hilarious. Pelosi! Boom! Slammed him down.
Nancy Pelosi being part of a Irish politicians' WhatsApp group.
Well, it's more of a forum of world leaders, really, Lisa, isn't it? Listen, first tentative approach is we would be happy to rule Northern Ireland and Britain. Northern Ireland and Great Britain could be the jewels in the Irish Empire if you play your cards right, Lisa.
Thank you for the offer, but
Listen, things wouldn't change. You'd have to paint the post boxes green just to give it a bit of a... But the Graham Norton show would stay the same. No difference.
I mean, can't quite agree to any border changes. Not today.
Yeah, well, I was more just letting you know, really, what we're going to do. So it doesn't take you unawares, you know? Forgot the most important thing. Nothing says hello and welcome like an arcade meal of fáilte. What do you think of that?
Very tasteful.
That's for you.
Well, no need.
And quid quo quo, I presume I can take a little souvenir myself.
You know,
eh?
Stephen, I just don't think that's...
Very good, thank you. That's fabulous. And don't forget that milk stays forever. What a pleasure, Lisa. Thanks very much.
Brexit has led to shortages.
There are things here that people need to just make themselves feel better.
Alcohol doesn't cure everything.
Ulster whiskey for sale. Free samples. Ulster whiskey.
Today we met our old friends, the Continuity 9.
They having a wee party?
Their aim is to unify the 9 counties of Ulster.
What have you got there? Ulster's new drink. Ulster whiskey.
Ulster whiskey?
Making a drink for Ulster. Yeah, not whiskey. Because, Scotland don't have the E. So it's Scottish whiskey. And then Ireland do have the E, Irish whiskey. And then this is Ulster whiskey.
Ulster has 2 E's.
Ulster whiskey, yeah.
Very good.
So you're making it
It's
unique.
going to put Ulster on the map. Just think of all the countries that have been founded on alcohol, right? So you got rum from Cuba, tequila, Mexico, spritz from April. Like, no one had ever heard of these places before they made their own drink. So that's what we're doing with Ulster whiskey. We're going to bring everyone to Ulster, bring them on distillery trips.
Okay. Where's the distillery?
Would be my garage. So the dude.
So your garage would be like the new Giant's Causeway or the new...
The new Bushmills do tours on my
People
garage.
come to your house and then...
Well, not the house, not allowed in the house, just the garage bit.
What's actually in it, though?
Oh, Jesus God, now you're asking, I have no idea.
Right.
It is rocket fuel, like it's strong stuff.
It does
you
the
could
job.
almost just get drunk off the smell of it.
I mean...
I'll just use
Yeah.
one nostril, so...
Give it a wee whiff.
It's good, yeah. Yeah, it's
well,
good, isn't it?
Get your...
It really hits you, doesn't it? It's like,
straight up into the eyes there.
Yeah, like, it's a good drink if you You don't go too hard. on it. It is,
Moderation.
yeah. Also,
So I put it under a wee cocktail.
yeah, cocktails that works like the different combinations. You could have the Donegal daiquiri, the Monaghan mojito,
Sex on the Buncrana Beach.
Sex on the Buncrana Beach. So that could be whiskey and Capri Sun.
Okay.
A white Ulsterman. You could have milk, cream, whiskey, and then a black pudding just right round the rim.
We finish.
We finish.
We obviously can't drink on duty, but we can take a wee bottle with us.
Here, I'll take a bottle with you. Just have that. Yeah.
you sure?
Have that. Honestly, yeah.
We did try a wee drop of the CNCSE whiskey, but I ended up ordering 3 full-size fridges online and tried to move in with my neighbour.
Enjoy it.
Give it a wide whirl. We'll pass it round.
Okay. So
Happy
can we
days.
come and do the distillery tour sometime?
Oh, yes, that would be great.
Do call in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. I got like super emotional. Started phoning my mates. Nobody answered. Then I applied to join the French Foreign Legion.
Okay, good.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Lovely.
Thanks,
Okay, we'll see you
guys.
soon.
Yes, we have come in for some bad publicity recently. Some Soft Border Patrol officers did stop a truck trying to cross the border and detained it, as they were right to do. Now, it turns out that what was on board had been donated by a charity in Monaghan for Doctors Without Borders. It was a lot of medicine, basically. We detained their truck for about 4.5 weeks. I'll be honest, we forgot about it. But yada yada, cut a long story short, did you know medicine can go off? Because we didn't, and it absolutely can. It was rancid. Now, Lawrence Lyle, as a PR guru, has to smooth over relations. I've got to show a wee bit of diplomacy with Doctors Without Borders, which, by the way, is a bit of an inflammatory name because what is wrong with a border? Yes, it's Lawrence Lyle here. I just want to say I'm very, very sorry if you think we did anything wrong, but then again, you might not think we've done anything wrong. You do. Okay, you do. Well, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative, Philippe. Sorry, Philip. You know, I'm sorry we made you feel like that, but basically, yeah, well, no, it is a real apology. Well, how about I don't really love your tone there, okay? Not buzzing about that. It's just, I thought it was phoning Doctors Without Borders. I must have phoned Doctors Without Manners instead. By the way, Philly, can your phone do this? Diplomacy.
Kirsty and I were just doing our regular border checks when good old faithful Michael pulled up with his van.
It's a real shocker, isn't it, being stopped again?
Oh, yeah, shocker by the Border Patrol getting checked out. Must be... Oh, look at this here. Proper little K's catalogue we have going on. What's happening?
It's recyclable goods.
Recyclable goods?
Yes. I'm taking it from the south and bringing it to the north. Everyone in the south has to pay to recycle stuff. It's crazy. People aren't encouraged to recycle. The place is a mess. It's going to end up like Naples.
So you're just taking them up like a goodwill gesture, like an eco-warrior?
Exactly like that. Unparalleled humanitarianism, that's what I call it.
Right, get over here. Sorry. That's brand new.
Careful with that, will you? That's not brand...
And had a wee look at one of the kettles and a bit of dirt came off. And the more harder I rubbed it, the more dirt came off. And realised the kettle was brand new.
Is that a brand new washing machine?
No, that's for
That is,
recycling as
yeah.
well.
And that's why it's in plastic. Panasonic TV
Yeah, recyclable.
in the box.
The box is recyclable. It's
Still
cardboard.
with the tag on.
All good gear, top of the range stuff. He was bringing it up to the north to make a tidy profit.
Do you know what you can't recycle?
Lies. Do you know what, Michael?
What?
I am not angry. I'm just disappointed in you.
Would you be disappointed if I was willing to offer you a television?
Well, in fairness, my man has been looking at brand new. No.
Consider it confiscated.
Have you got that heater?
I'm going to be out of pocket.
It's just gonna... Could have went a whole different direction, you know. Radio through to Dave. You can send a lorry down.
So we seized it all.
Every single bit of it.
Turns out Michael is not an eco-warrior.
He's an arsehole.
I have been looking for a mascot for the Soft Border Patrol for the longest time. And then I remembered. Sick Attack! Do you remember them? I mean, not only did they work for RTE and the Republic of Ireland, but they were also on The Big Breakfast in the UK, so double bubble, perfect. And then I realised, they're aliens from outer space. So they've been working here illegally. Illegal aliens. Doesn't really send the right message.
Aren't they just puppets, Lisa?
I think you'll find that's never been proven. Also, how could they send me a signed photograph? I mean, I don't know about you, but I always thought Sig was a big ride.
There are no signs on the border, which is essential for community relations, but if there were signs, it would make my job a lot easier. I mean, some days I both figuratively and literally don't know where I am.
Davis.
Oh, look at you! Go!
Oh,
Like you're like
There you-
Norman Whitesides we are.
Yeah, that's it.
1982 one, not the 86. Now, I was looking for you because I just have one wee sort of administrative inquiry for you. I
Okay.
need to know how the Ulster Tatler decides which events to cover in its publications.
Okay.
Because I've been inviting them to all my events and they never come.
Well, generally what happens is you just sort of put out like a bit of a press release, a bit of a PR thing, tell them what the event is. What is it?
It's one of my exhibitions. I've been having my you know, my painting.
Oh, yes, like Bar Best.
That was a lovely day.
Yes.
No, my paintings. I'm doing my solo exhibitions.
Okay, and where do you have these exhibitions?
Oh, in the house.
In your house.
Aye, but I have all the volivants and everything.
And who do you invite?
Well, the Ulster Tatler. I mean, do they not bring everybody else with them?
Generally
No.
doesn't work like that. No. Well, what sort of work are you into?
I'll show you what I've done recently for my next exhibition. Look.
Oh, look at us.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Hey?
Yeah.
There's
Those
your
proportions are great. Yeah. So they are. That's got me.
Looking in a
cheekbones.
mirror.
It is.
House mirror
Just here.
It's great.
Yeah, look at you. You know,
I don't know
your
why.
size.
Just why am I so small in that? That's not in
It's,
proportion. I don't think
still
that's
life, that one.
They're very
And
large.
another one, now this is one of my favourites.
Oh.
There he is.
Wow.
I know.
That's something
Right.
else.
Honourable Reverend the Lord Bandside, that's him there. In his prime there, the Ulster Resistance days there.
Yeah. Look, there's nothing really we can do for you.
If South Border Patrol can't infiltrate the Ulster Tatler, who can?
Penny was a little bit disappointed, but we just said to her, you know, it's a sensitive situation. Sometimes it's just best to do nothing rather than something.
That's great.
No, it's totally. I mean, it's totally out of proportion. Look at the size of me.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
look. I do not look like I have no neck.
Look, come on. See, perfect. That's you. There you go.
We were actually trialing a new type of software. I wanted to create a system that would use a car's GPS and a live feed from the dash cam, and that's what you're seeing here, because it'll tell me where the car is and it'll also protect the privacy of the driver. This is my brother's car, Jerry, so he's just going for a drive to the border. Well, he's meant to be driving to the border. Doesn't look like the border, it looks like a car park. So maybe he's probably going for a pee or something like that. But we can still run this through the algorithm and we can then use it to calibrate. So it's fine, it's still kind of useful. And if I catch him on camera having a pee, I will slag him unmercifully. So, oh, that's not Jerry. No, that's Jerry's wife. That's Mary. I introduced her to them. That's not Jerry either. Oh dear God. That's not good. Worst thing is I can't tell him about this now because of GDPR.
I'm down here today at Heather Campbell's farm because I've had a tip-off. Apparently Heather's received a suspicious shipment of chlorine. Now you may not understand what the issue is there, but basically farmers are dipping their chicken carcasses in chlorine as an attempt to encroach into the US market, and that can't be allowed, certainly not on my watch. We've had a report that you've had a lot of chlorine delivered, I mean, as I can see. So do you mind if I just look through these boxes, if I search through them, is that fine?
Why don't you look through me first, Sandy?
Well, no, I mean, I've a lot to do. Look at the
Come on.
boxes.
You can trust me.
No,
Just take your wee box
sure,
there, Sandy.
Heather, I have to ask the question. You swear to me you're not chlorinating your chicken.
Sandy, you don't believe me.
You know, there's no other than chlorinating chickens. What could it possibly be?
Well, where do you think I got my wee swimmers on?
Well, I mean that's very good. But
Have a wee gander of a hot tub here.
Oh, you have a hot tub. Oh,
Aye.
that's your hot tub. That's for personal use.
I picked her up in the market last week.
I have some litmus paper here. I just want to check that it's safe for human use, and not for bleaching chicken. You know.
You've got your methods, Sandy. I respect them. We
Okay,
work
so
away.
I can test this litmus paper.
You'll have to do it while I'm in it.
Spot on.
I'm very happy to report that there's nothing to report here. So, I mean, for that reason, I mean, there's no reason why anybody should ever be told about this.
One of the duties of the Soft Border Patrol is to monitor any border signage to make sure there's no false or misleading information on it. Today we came across a banner that was written by a guy called Thomas, and we pulled over just to make sure that everything was above board.
Can I ask what you're sorry for, Thomas?
It's just we had a bit of a disagreement.
Okay,
You know,
Susie's
she's my other half. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
This is my way of saying sorry.
Thomas had written on it that he was sorry to his partner Susie and was asking her to come home.
You didn't try just saying it with your mouth?
Well, she wasn't there when I got home. She's actually taken all her clothes and the dog.
Fully moved out?
Fully moved, yeah. 2 days. Crazy.
Thomas, what have you done?
Nothing horrible.
Yeah, but what are you sorry about?
I mean, sorry is a very strong word.
So you're not sorry?
But it's not that I'm not sorry. It's just I'm kind of, I'm just at a place where I obviously think different than she does. Just,
Well, there's no smoke without fire, Thomas.
Correct. But I mean, we just had a kind of a disagreement. Just a disagreement.
I get you. Yeah.
You know.
What did she disagree with?
Well, I was texting another woman, and she found out.
She found out, so you'd have been keeping it behind her back. Is that all right?
It wasn't my fault.
Who's this woman you were texting?
Just a work colleague, and I didn't see the emojis. I thought it was a smiley face,
Yeah.
and then it was a winky face, and before I knew it, I was knee deep in emojis.
Yeah. Eggplants.
And, yeah, all that. Peaches. I just thought she liked cooking.
So
Crazy.
Susie's not accepting this apology right now?
Well, no. Well,
Don't blame her,
she
to be
hasn't-
honest.
She hasn't seen it yet.
Okay.
So she's actually stopped replying to me. So I thought she's got.
Well, why should she reply to you, to be
She's-
honest? You're a
she's,
piece of scum, Thomas.
She's got 20/20 vision, so I thought on driving she would see.
She
see
would drive
this.
past it,
yeah,
see
and
it,
I mean, she would
heart
have to,
melt.
you know?
See, to be honest, Thomas, when's the last time you paid her any attention? You know, when's the last time you took her out for dinner? When's the last time you bought her a nice present, paid her a compliment? Women like to be complimented.
Okay.
You know? Is it really necessary to tell her she's put on a wee bit of weight? I don't think so.
Well, she hasn't.
Well, not that you would notice, Thomas. When's the last time you opened your eyes and even looked at her?
Listen, I think it's an honest mistake, you know what I mean? It happens.
Listen, 1 minute it's a wee X on a work email, the next minute she's taking your place in the coach trip to Barry's. It's not on, Thomas, all right?
Are we still talking about Susie?
Who's Susie? Oh, why? Yeah. Do you think this is going to work on Susie?
Well, yeah. I mean, I do. I mean, last time, on email.
Last time?
Turns out he has actually done this kind of thing before, and so in a sense, his sorry to the letter of the law was actually misleading.
So this is coming with me?
Doesn't get the emojis.
So I'll even put it somewhere that isn't on the border. Like she's a different route.
Like, just shut up your arse, Thomas.
We diplomatically had a quick chat with him and removed the banner, and we've brought it back to headquarters here.
Sorry, my hole.